In trying to formulate my own belief system, I am constantly exposing myself to new concepts on what the true reality is. In the span of only a few months, I've attended Ash Wednesday Mass in a Catholic church, a service in a Buddhist temple on the anniversary of his passing, and deepened a friendship with someone whose relationship with Jesus stirs my thirst for knowledge of the Lord himself. During these same months, I have also met a young man from Slovakia, whose esoteric concepts are at the same time the most difficult and the easiest to understand. In 3 very short sessions with him, my mind has been bent and contorted in order to wrap around concepts that are so complex in simplicity, yet so simple in their complexity, that I end up reeling. First, there is the language barrier to consider. Stano speaks very little English. The things I want to explain to this man about me and how I feel and the miracles I see every day bubble to the surface, yet I am reduced to pantomime. The thousands and thousands of words that pour through me and out of me every single day are worthless, and I am forced to tell the story through my hands, through my eyes, and through my heart. Stano uses his limited vocabulary in metaphors, similes, and analogies, and he uses the language he knows best, through some of the richest artwork I have ever seen. I'm exhausted after one of our sessions, yet Stano is refreshed and seems to live on air and the joy of life around him. We laugh a lot in between the aha moments. I grasp them, they appear before me, then vanish into the next. He tells me it will take 6 days for these things to take root. My mind will accept the seeds that it will nurture for all time, and reject those it doesn't need. Such an analogy is the mango tree. His blue eyes bore into me, and then he has an aha moment of his own. Mango, he says, and then he laughs. Very big. Mango tree, he says, roots deep and strong, no moving. You have many beautiful flowers. You give them away because you love. You give away all your flowers. They cannot turn to fruit. They cannot ripen. Don't give away all your flowers. Wait. When they are fruit, then you can nourish others. As he tells me this, my mind wanders to the huge mango trees in front of Puamana's clubhouse. It is here where I find the bird's nest the night of the freak wind. I think I know what I'm doing, and I don't ask for help. I think my love can get this baby bird to live and grow so that I can release her back to where she belongs. But I don't let the fruit ripen. I give my flowers to the little bird in the form of love. And it's not enough. During the Easter egg hunt last Saturday, after taking pictures of the kids running around after their multicolored booty, I walked through the corridor between the 2 mango trees, and sitting exactly in the spot where I had found the nest is a ripe orange mango with 2 holes eaten into either end. I take pictures to fit into that jigsaw puzzle that has become my life. Analogy complete. I will try to hold onto my flowers and let them mature before giving them away. Last night my new teacher comes into my home, and while drinking a cup of tea, he gives me a whole new perspective on how the mango analogy has ripened into my psyche. This night, in his broken English and drawings on a pad before him, Stano reveals to me the whole new realm of reality. It's all a game. Our lives are programs that we have chosen to run. Just as a video game, we work our way up through the levels by finding the key and slaying demons along the way. As we get higher on each level, we gain more understanding and each step toward enlightenment of the true reality, God. It is then that he tells me my game is on tilt. Too much peace, he tells me, with a frown, and points to my heart. Too much peace bad. This is a concept I cannot grasp. How can there be too much peace? If I strive to think only positive thoughts and focus my reality on peace, how is it possible then that I am out of balance? Balance, he says, is equal black and white. He grabs a pen and a coaster and draws a figure. Yin and yang, I say, and he nods. Yes, yin, white, woman. Yin, peace. Yang, black, man, war. Together, balance another. He sees my confusion and picks up the square paper coaster. Holding it in the air, he puts the pen point underneath it in the middle. Balance, he says, and waits for me to nod. Then he indicates half of the coaster is peace, half is war. In the middle is balance. Then he moves the coaster halfway from the middle toward the war end. The coaster tips and threatens to fall off the fulcrum. His eyes peer into me. See? And I say, yes, I see. Then he tips the coaster up the other way, allowing the peace side to watch over the war side. He allows it to flow in my imagination until there is again equal parts peace and war, and the pen point is again in the middle. Then he repeats the exercise in the other direction. Too much peace, he says. No balance. We think of war as guns and shooting and killing. We think of peace as calm and quiet and serene, no worries, no hassles. It is not black and white or cut and dried as we may think. War is conflict, nothing more. If this conflict is dealt with at the onset by the individuals at odds, if conflict is resolved by compromise, then it is weighted with peace and we are brought into balance. By pretending that war doesn't exist, by my not buying into the concept and simply ignoring all negative aspects, I am out of balance. My game is on tilt. I want everyone happy. I run from conflict. The coaster has fallen from the pen. The young man finishes up his tea, gives me a hug, dons his black cowboy hat, and disappears into the night from whence he came. I wake up with the word success on my lips. The seed is planted. For 5.5 days, it will take root. Or not.